Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. This is part 2 of a 2-part episode going over the order governing proceedings for January 23rd and 24th hearings. In our last episode, we went over the 2 matters that will be dealt with at private closed hearing on the 23rd of January. The rest of the order deals with the public hearings, and you can watch the public hearings on the Ada County Court's YouTube channel. They will commence as follows. Per this order, the court is saying that following the close of the evidence regarding the closed and sealed hearings that will occur starting at 9 o'clock a.m. on January 23rd, the court will then go into the following matters, which will be live streamed on a feed available to the public, subject to the court's determination to close any portion of that hearing by turning off the live stream feed as necessary. So what Judge Hippler is telling us here is 2 things, basically. First, we don't know exactly when the public portion of the hearings will start because they all depend on how long the 9 o'clock a.m. hearings end and how long they will be. So it's immediately following the close of that evidence. Then the court goes into the next portion, which is the public hearings, but he's telling us here that there may be a possibility that during the rest of the hearings, the court may decide that he needs to go into closed session and the feed at that time will be turned off. What is the court going to be entertaining next? 1, testimony related to the defendant's remaining motions to suppress, which we're going to go over in just a second, arguments on defendant's motion to suppress, and arguments on the defendant's motion to compel. With respect to testimony, this appears to be the live testimony from witnesses who will be at these hearings. Their names are unknown because all of the witness lists for both sides, for the defense as well as the state for these motion to suppress hearings, have been filed under seal, as are the exhibits. Arguments are the arguments of counsel, where both sides will get up, they will advocate their respective positions. The state will argue against the granting of any of the following motions to suppress. Defense will do the exact opposite. They're going to argue very strenuously that the court should grant these motions. What are the motions to suppress that are remaining? You can look at them if you go to the docket in the Idaho versus Kohberger case. Scroll down to November 14th, 2024. That's when all of the motions to suppress were filed. The first one in the series, the motion to suppress genetic information, that's part of the closed hearing. So the public will not have access to that hearing. The motion to suppress and memorandum in support, Amazon, public hearing. Motion to suppress and memorandum in support, apartment, public hearing. Motion to suppress and memorandum in support, Apple, public hearing. Motion to suppress and memorandum in support, arrest warrant. Motion to suppress and memorandum in support, AT&T first warrant. Motion to suppress and memorandum in support, cell phone data. Motion to suppress and memorandum in support, Google. Motion to suppress and memorandum in support, pen trap and trace device. Motion to suppress and memorandum in support, Mr. Kohberger's arrest in Idaho. Motion to suppress and memorandum in support, Mr. Kohberger's arrest in Pennsylvania. So this would be the seizure of items off of his person. One happened when he was arrested in Pennsylvania on December 30th, 2022. The second, a week later, when he returned to Idaho, he was also searched upon entry into the Latah County Jail. He's got a motion to suppress evidence regarding both of those searches, as well as a motion to suppress a memorandum in support relative to his white Hyundai Elantra vehicle, and motion to suppress and memorandum in support. This is the Lambston Avenue. This is the home in Pennsylvania where he was staying at the time of his arrest, and associated statements that were made or not made, depending on how you read that motion, and his apartment also in Pullman, Washington. A motion to suppress seeks the throwing out of this evidence as violative of the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution. This will now conclude this episode of the Indie Zone. Thanks for joining us here today.